Hello, welcome to Inner Alchemist Tarot for a general reading for all zodiac signs for the week of January 5th through the 12th. And before we get into this reading, let's take a good deep breath into our heart space as we connect to each other. Thank you, Spirit, for the messages that are about to come forth. You're always looking out from our eyes and guiding us and co-creating this beautiful dream manifested as we continue to expand this place and walk in beauty. So let us see what we have. I'm going to start out with the Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Lynn. Sorry about that. If the Sacred Forest Oracle, what do we have, Spirit? The cards have been cut and pre-shuffled with your energies. I'm just going to warm them up a little bit here. Wait for the right timing and pull a card. We do have the new moon in Capricorn coming up on the 11th. So that's next week. Next Thursday, I believe. And we are in the Capricorn season. And Happy New Year if you haven't joined me yet this year into the readings. We start out with the Spirit Guardian of Summer, Expansion. I love it. Number 37, that reduces to 10, which reduces to number 1. Expansion. And I love it how it's the Spirit Guardian of Summer when we are in wintertime right now. So really the energies that I'm picking up from this card is there's a big expansion happening. That is a key component of the whole message of this entire year. We're in the Wood Dragon year, right? Chinese New Year. And it's all about expansion. And again, it doesn't matter your sign. If you're tuning into this reading, these readings are for you. That's how it works. So we have the Spirit Guardian of Summer. And bringing our attention to, as we start out this brand new year, into expansion, which is the key word, again, for this year of the dragon. Let's see what we have from the Starseed Oracle. It's by Rebecca Campbell. The Blue Flame. Spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. So, yeah, indeed, it is. Spontaneous awakening. That ties in hand with that first card that was pulled, the expansion. And you may be feeling the energies already, you know. Get ready for a big expansion to happen and with your awakening, with your spiritual expansion, basically. More in touch with your higher self. Not working solely as, you know, your singular identity as human, but really listening to that soul voice, the inner voice within, right? And it could come as spontaneous awakening, inspired action. You'll know what action to take. That blue flame. It's beautiful. Like in the fire, like, you know, in a flame, you have the blue right at the bottom there. And it's like, when I think of that, I think of like the source, like there's the wick of the candle, right? And at the bottom is the blue part, and then it rises up to the white. So it's that blue, really, and it's the chakra color of communication, which is your throat chakra. And it's interesting because it has the purple kind of behind it. So it's like the blue-purple flame. Integration time. Integrating that, again, that higher knowing, your soul's knowing with your human self. So the higher mind with the lower mind, the brain with your higher mind, your imagination. Okay, so we're going to look a little further into this reading and see what we're going to see the current energies. Again, that's already showing up in these oracle cards. We're going to draw the tarot here. We're going to see, what the energies look like right now. We're going to see your feelings and what's hidden. And also, we're going to see love relationships, your emotions, career finances, general energies, and then a possible outcome. You know, I want to get the reading from this. This is want to see this expansion card, and I want to read from this a little bit so you see what's going on here. In the sacred forest, the spirit guardian of summer has arrived. Large clumps of purple berries hang heavy on the vine. The apple trees are laden with shining ripe red fruit. The droning of the bees fills the forest. The grass is high. The forest is alive with the heady scent of flowers. So this is this card right here. Vitality, health, success, abundance, healing, and passion are expanding in your life. However, you can't sit back and wait for it to happen. The energy of summer is the energy of working with passion in the direction of your dreams. Give everything you've got, and an immense reward will follow. Do not sit on the sidelines. Work hard, play hard, your labor will pay off. If you hold back and repress what you feel during this time, you will become drained, and your spirit will wane. This is not the time to take care of everyone else. This is the time to step forward with passion and delight. You'll be glad that you did. The most earth energy is available to us during the summer season. It is when we can access the greatest amount of sunlight and spiritual light so that the power of the sun can pour into our hearts. The spirit guardian of summer says this: work with passion. Don't hold back. Take positive steps in the direction of your dreams now in order to reap the harvest later. Your hard work will result in abundance, bounty, and beauty. Celebrate. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. And again, we are in the Capricorn season, and it is an earth sign. So I love it how this card is coming forward here to remind us that, you know what? Take that inspired action. You'll know it because you can feel it. You'll know it because it's all in the feelings. You don't have to think your way through. It just feels right. It's easy when it's an inspired action instead of it trying to be forced. Like, I have to take an action. I have to make a move on this. Well, you can't get it wrong. There's no mistakes or accidents. But when you have that inspired action, you're working with your soul, and that's what this card is coming up. And together, right? It's an integration that happens. Okay, let's move on here. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. Okay, so I have this deck called Out of Hand. It's a tarot deck, and this tarot deck is a companion deck, which I don't have the pocket of peers, but Jamie Sawyer is the creator of this deck called Out of Hand. It's beautiful. Okay, so let's see what we have for the first placement here. Spirit, what do we have for current energies? Yes, this is a really magical year. Last year was like a staging year, really gathering up energies and really bringing things to fruition, like that expansion card that showed up there. Okay, we start out with the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles is generally feeling, again, Pentacles is career, finances, money. But the fives are conflict. So there might be some conflicting things with the current energies right now with your finances. As you can see, they have 2 pentacles in their hand, and it looks like, there's a bill here that says past due, and 3 pentacles are due, but they only have 2 in their hands. I love this deck too because the hands, it's all about the hands. Out of Hand. It's such a brilliant tarot deck. Tattooed on their arms are the rest of the general tarot cards too. So more messages come through with that. But the Five of Pentacles is being left out in the cold. Feeling abandoned, neglected. Again, not enough. And so we're going to look a little further. We're going to get some clarifier cards for this. Okay, Spirit, what else do we have here for the feeling? What the next placement here is? What's going on with their feelings? If we have a mindset of lack, then we get lack. That's usually what happens. It attracts to us. It takes a little bit to change that momentum that we have on feeling of the lack. But this is about abundance. When we pulled out the expansion card here, this is good news. So, you know, don't be discouraged with that placement right there. Again, we're going to get clarifier cards for this, okay? So what do we have for, you know, current feelings? What's going on? Let's see. What do we have here? We're gonna, oh, that's a lot of cards, Spirit. Well, Four of Wands is showing up. The Four of Wands is a beautiful card. They're getting some henna done on their hand there. Four of Wands is also the 1111 card. There's the Four of Wands on the t-shirt, if you can see that. I'm going to put these cards back, but that did show up. Okay, so our current feelings. Okay, Spirit, what do we have for current feelings? Okay, so we have 3 cards showing up here. Wheel of Fortune. 5 of Wands. And we have the 3 of Swords. Okay. And if you can look at the Wheel of Fortune in this deck, isn't this interesting how it looks like, oh, take a U-turn. And he's like, wait a second, wait a second, you know, am I going the wrong way? And it looks like up here, if you can see up here, it looks like there's a dangerous, really sharp turning road up here. Turn around, and it has the barricades as he's driving, like, oh, I gotta make a turn. But the wheel is turning in your favor. That's the general message of the Wheel of Fortune, right? And this is your feelings too. Oh, I'm not quite sure. The 5 of Wands is like that competition. I was just talking about this to a coworker today. Remember that game when we used to play? I used to have to grab the strings in the hands just so to get it back into your hand, and then they have to bring it back in order to win the game. You know, I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. If you're not, it's a really cool game, but there is like a sense of like competition, right? But it's also 5 of Wands is choosing to excel instead of being in that competitive way. Working together is more like it, right? And then the 3 of Swords is all about, and this is frustrated. You know, it looks like he's writing a note here. Sadness, a lot of sad. Doing the tarot cards, trying to get the messages. What went wrong? 3 of Swords is that heartache card. Heartbroken over something. Okay. So again, it could tie back to this 5 of Pentacles that's going on. We're going to get some clarifier cards. But these are in your feelings. What's showing up here, okay? What's hidden? We're going to look in what's hidden. There's another card here. Look at the tower. I didn't even see that one. Okay, so there we go. Big sudden change. Look at the whole entire apartment building is coming down. So whatever, you know, was going on, it didn't work. It's being brought down for something brand new to happen, but it's happening fast. So that's a good card to have as far as what's going on. I'm seeing what's going on here. Perhaps some of you are feeling that that's how it's happening. Like your whole place is coming down on you. Let's see what's going on here for what's hidden. Spirit, what do we have for what's hidden? That one snuck right out. And, you know, that goes into the energetics, too, of the Tower card and the energies of it, because it's unexpected. It just happens. Like, it's a real quick, sudden change. Nothing to ever be the same again. What do we have for what's hidden, Spirit? Yeah, I have a different layout here. I was starting to play my music in the background, but I don't have that. I didn't bring it today into the room, so next time if I can remember that. Some nice music playing in the background. What do we have, Spirit? Show us clearly for what the what's hidden right now. Let's pull this one here. The Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is, you know, oh gosh, in this particular card here. Looks like someone's going on an adventure. I love it how right here, and looks like the lock, it's got the horse. Generally on the general original tarot cards, the knight is on the horse and just ready to go. Yeah. And there's the lizards. That's generally on the wands. The King of Wands, Knight of Wands. Okay, so he's got his hat, going on adventure. Yeah, there's the hills in the background. He's got all his stuff on him to make that go. Knight of Wands is ready to go. That is what's hidden. You're ready to go. Okay, what else do we have here, Spirit, for this reading? Oh, what do we have, Spirit? Emotions. What's going on here? Love, emotions, relationships. What are we looking at? Strength card. The Queen of Swords. And the Eight of Wands. The Strength card, you know, look at the embroidery there. You can see the figure 8 right there on the sleeve. Also, there's the number 8. That is an infinity symbol, right? That's in a magician card, really. As above, so below. As within, so without. There's the lion on the quilt that they're making. And the Strength generally is that card of taming the beast. This is a creative act that they're doing right now. You know, making a quilt. Creative act. Innocence. In touch with your spirit guide. Creativity. That's what I see in this card. These particular cards are a little bit different than the other decks. Queen of Swords is making logical decisions. You know, the hand going, okay. Swords of the mind, too. Mental. Thoughts. Communication. He's making that notes. Writing down. Again, communication. Is the sword right on their arm. That's why I love this deck too, is because they usually have the tattoos. It's either on the sleeves the symbols are, or they're on their arms, as you can see here with the Eight of Wands too, with the tattoos right there on the arms. And the Eight of Wands, that's another creative act that they're doing here, that Eight of Wands. Wands is fiery energy, creativity again. But 8, 9s, 10s, and numerology is going off to completion. 10 is completion. 8 of Wands. They're almost finished with this drawing here, just like this the Strength card. And so your emotions, you know, that Queen of Swords right in the middle here. We're going to get some clarifier cards, but communicating. It all really is communication. That act of making the quilt. Writing, taking notes, you know, making decisions as they're looking out the window here. And then this drawing that they're doing. And I love it how the rays of the rainbow is drawn out there. Let's get some clarifier, because this is sitting in the position of, you know, love and emotions. Relationships, relations with the self. Maybe some of you, I feel that this week you're going to be, as you connect to this blue flame energy, remember, is that there's integration time, activation with, you know, your higher self. They're coming through this doorway here too. So spontaneous awakening. I feel some of you might be starting some creative projects. Okay. That's connecting to your creativity, to your higher self, which is going to change. It totally changes your emotions. On the bottom of the deck is the Moon card. So it might be hidden right now. Again, it points back to this position right here, which is the Knight of Wands, going on adventure. That adventure doesn't mean that you're going to be, you know, going literally packing your bags and going out and on taking a trip or going out. But the adventure could be literally simply to start creating something, starting a project, communicating, writing, drawing. Again, that Strength card showing the making of the quilt. Okay, let's look a little further. This is going to be in your career and finances right here. And so we have the Queen of Pentacles. That's perfect for career and finances. And again, look what she's doing. This is beautiful. I'm really liking this reading. Okay, look at this. the Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles is out to do with money, career, finances. The Queen is down to earth. She's nurturing. She's sewing now. This quilt, and look at this with the pentacle right there on the sewing machine. She's got her crown right out there on her finger as the ring. The rabbit right there, which is, oops, you can't see that. The rabbit right here, which is all about abundance, manifestation, using your magic. And when you do creativity, like, making a quilt like this here, and again, she's sewing. The Queen of Pentacles here is sewing the quilt. And this is in career and finances. So some of you may be have that inspiration, inspired action, as we were talking in the beginning with the expansion in this year. Inspired action is just start creating something, and it may just bring you a new job, a new part-time job. Knight of Pentacles now we have. The Knight of Pentacles is a slower moving energy, but nonetheless, it's still movement towards your pentacles. And so I have a feeling here with this sitting in the career and finances, especially with this Knight of Cups, especially because Knight of Cups, it can mean, a love offer, somebody coming a love offer, but it also means creativity. Again, pointing back to a new creative project starting. Okay. So I wouldn't be surprised that some of you might take that inspired action of doing that creativity, and that's part of your expansion, connecting with your higher self, and then starting that new project. And you could start a part-time income off that, or it might just flourish. Who knows, right? As you take that inspired action. Okay, what's the general energy, Spirit, for this week? Seven of Wands. Oh, excuse me. So if you look here, this person's like, wait, stop. Don't go any further. There's like, with that, the velvet, the velvet, what would you call that? When that's put up, usually I see it in like movie theaters. They usually put that up to block you from going any further. So we're going to look further into the Seven of Wands, what's sitting in the overall energies here before we do the possible outcome. Okay. What is this Five of Pentacles, Spirit? What are we looking at here? The current energies. What's this Five of Pentacles? Okay. Five of Wands to the Six of Wands. That's a progression. Okay. So the Five of Wands, this is twice. Remember, the Five of Wands is here under your feelings. So Five of Wands to the Five of Wands. That just magnifies the energies when we see a card coming up twice. So again, competition. For some of you, for others, it could mean, working together towards the common goal. Choosing to excel is a big thing there. Okay, so I'm going to put this right back right here. Okay, so that Five of Pentacles is showing here, after that lack, feeling left out in the cold, joining together, really reaching towards that common goal. Okay, choosing to excel instead of being in that left out energy. And then this is just truly a success. This person is standing in the limelight, and here's the victory wreath on the wand. So it looks really good as far as the current energy. So when a card comes out at first, you can read it how it stands, but you got to really look at the clarifiers to see what the energies are actually saying. So, this week is saying that if you are having the financial issues, that what's happening here is that it's changing. Okay, the energies are saying here is that it changed. It's not changing, it already changed. So let me just course correct that. Again, feeling like, okay, the wheel's turning in my favor. You don't want to go down that slippery road right here, so we're going to make a U-turn into the right direction, right? Here's the Five of Wands again, choosing to excel. That's what I'm sensing into this. There's a heartache. After that heartache, at that Five of Pentacles, Three of Swords, you know, again, trying to gain access by reading the tarot. That's what you're doing here. This is just confirmation. If you're watching this, you already know. Everyone does. You have your intuition. This is just confirmation because there's a big sudden change happening here. Spirit, what's the clarifier card for these 4 cards sitting in feelings? You know, feeling that you are having whatever didn't work is going to abruptly end. Moving away from that 5 of Pentacles. What do we have here, Spirit, for a card for these? Okay, looks like there's a lot here. Yeah, there's 5 showing up. Okay. Okay, so there's a Hermit card. The light is within you. Again, we were just saying, this is just confirmations. You don't need tarot. But you watch it because it's confirmation. I'm glad you are. Thank you for being here. So the lantern's here. Don't need the light. The light is within. The light is within. You are a magic. Here's the Queen of Wands. Magic. Temperance. Balancing the masculine and the feminine. Temperance is also the card of this channel. You are your own inner alchemist. This is Archangel Michael card. You have protection. Always, always protection. It's not that you have it now. You always have protection. It's tuning into that blue flame, archangelic energies. And then the King of Cups is that mastery of your emotions at this time with the balance of, and I love it how both these cards, the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups, is next to this Temperance card. Again, balancing your masculine and feminine. That abrupt change that is happening within your feelings about your situation this week. That's beautiful. Okay. And thank you, Michael, for coming into this reading. Again, they're always aware. We start every reading. We're always looking out from your eyes, always protecting you, always guiding you, always giving you advice, tuning in. You get quiet. You listen to that voice. Listen to that voice. Activation, activating that balance of the masculine and feminine. Okay. Expanding this beautiful place that we co-created, manifested in the spirit world first. This is the secondary world. And here we are living out the dream and expanding and walking in beauty. When something happens, you get the light within. The Hermit card shows up. That's also Virgo energy, Sagittarius energy here. Okay, let's look into what's hidden here. What's this Knight of Wands, Spirit? I hope this is all making sense for you. And if it does, I'd love to hear from you. I'm trying to expand this channel here. Thank you so much for the new subscribers coming in here. And thank you for subscribing. Claim the reading. Give a thumbs up. Do it however you do it. But I would love to hear from you. Knight of Wands, Spirit. What is this and what's hidden? Okay. King of Wands. Knight of Wands to the King of Wands. And gosh, the King of Wands, it's all about entrepreneurship, leading the lions behind him. You know, again, here's that gecko, there's that lizard energy right there showing up. That's beautiful. And so the King of Wands leads and builds fiery energy. Okay, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius energies. You could be one of those signs. It's hidden. You may not be aware that entrepreneurial energy is really there, and it's going to be shining bright this week. Again, we're looking at a lot of creativity coming out this week. So, Spirit, what's this the Strength Queen of Wands? Strength Queen of Swords, and the 8 is Queen of Swords. Oh, I forgot. That's twice. Here's Queen of Swords, here's Queen of Swords. So it amplifies the energies. So indeed, communicating, logical thinking connected to the heart space. Her heart's right down here too in this little, you can see that, this card. It's really cool. Right down here. So connected too, but really making that logical decisions and nurturing that, and with balance, with the mastery of the masculine, balanced and taking charge of your emotional state. Okay, so what's this 8 of Swords, Queen of Swords, the Strength Queen of Swords and 8 of Wands, Spirit, sitting in relationships, love, emotions. Ooh, look at that. I don't usually do upside down cards, but these cards, well, actually the deck was upside down. I usually don't do that. They're just flipped around. So now we have the Ace of Cups. Look at the heart. You know what we're saying with that Queen right here at the heart? Shining right into the heart space. Brand new emotional beginning. Ties into that mastery. Leading with your emotions. Knight of Cups again. We had the Knight of Cups right here sitting in career and finances. Opportunity, love opportunity. I'm sensing that it's love opportunity because you're now open and expanding. You're activating integration time with that your higher self. Love opportunity could be your higher self for some of you. Could be someone that's come offering a love. This is sitting in your love, emotions, and relationships. So some of you, especially next to this Ace of Cups, could be having a new love offer come in. I feel some of you might just be simply connecting to your higher self, loving yourself so much more than you have. Again, we're at the beginning of this beautiful year of the dragon, and it is an expansive year, as the first card that we pulled is clearly showing. Okay, and it could be a new project starting. So I'll remind you, it could be new projects starting. Okay, and then we have the Five of Pentacles here showing up. Oh, because you've been out the cold. You had the key. You have the key right here to open the door. You've been out in the cold. That was the first card we pulled in the current energies. And as you see, the Six of Wands is all about victory, sitting in the limelight. Okay. So you've been there, done it. It's over, and lots of creativity happening here. Lots of projects could be coming into play. Moving away from that Five of Pentacles. Spirit, what is this Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles? Two knights sitting next to each other. Career and finances, Spirit, what is this? What are we looking at? Gosh. Loving the self. That's what I hear. Loving the self. Loving the self more. Look at that. It's just as we were saying, loving the self. We got the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is your wish fulfillment, baby. Nine of Cups. What you wish for is coming true. Look at, she's jumping for joy out of that beautiful gold chest right there. Lots of riches. Cups filled. Gold and sunshine light coming through. And this is sitting in your career and finances. So again, moving from, look at that, Five of Pentacles. Like we were saying, this is over. And that wish fulfillment here in the career and finances. And I feel like it has a lot to do with the fact that new projects that you have, you may not even know when you're watching this reading, that you know what's being said here. But sometimes these readings don't come into play for a while. It doesn't mean that it's actually going to unfold tonight or tomorrow or the next day. But just be aware. Just if you're watching this as confirmation saying, hey, you know what? If you're feeling like you're down and out, left out in the cold, whatever that energy of conflict within for finances, generally it is, that it's changing here with this Knight of Cups, okay? Because that's sitting in your career energies. What is this general energy here with the Seven of Wands, Spirit? Because this guy's going, wait a second, don't go any further. Did that flip? No, it didn't. Don't go any further. What's this Seven of Wands here? There it is. I thought that showed up. The Three of Pentacles. Okay. I'm sensing with these two cards here in the general energies is stop, as you're saying, don't go any further. Because you're gathering up. Three of Pentacles is generally working and collaborating with others. Like we were saying, this Five of Wands here is fives are conflict, competition, change. Five is also change. And not working very well with it. Some of the meanings, there's multiple meanings to every card, but one of the meanings is competition. And what was healthy is turned into competition, but it's also choosing to excel, helping each other reach to the highest place you can be. So this Three of Pentacles is saying with the general energies is that as you work with others in collaboration, everyone has something to offer. This also, I'm reading into this, that some of you might be, this is me, myself, and I, the Trinity. Don't go any further without checking in to your higher self. Don't go any further without going, hey, soul, hey, guys. That's how I talk to myself. Guys, how do you see this? Without making a decision and going forward just with my brain. Because if it doesn't feel right to me, I'm going to stop. And that's why my meditation's good. And if you don't do the meditation, although I highly encourage that, is to have that, good meditation practice every day to do and really connect, because it gets stronger and stronger. Stop. Don't go any further until you connect with the inner workings within yourself. And this is that beginning of that card that we pulled out at the beginning here, is that blue flame, the activation, integration time, integrating with your higher self. Okay, we're going to see some cards here, and we're going to look at for the possible outcome. What do we have for possible outcome, Spirit, for this reading for this week? What do we have for the possible outcome? Anything from this deck? Maybe not. Maybe so. Possible outcome, Spirit. Oh, there we go. 8 of Cups. Ooh. Love it. And look at that image. Putting the 8 of Cups and putting the 4 of Cups in the trash, but holding these 4 of Cups there. Look at the sun and the moon on the sleeve here. Moving on. Walking away from something. Walking away, and then these 4 of Cups here, they're going to carry with them. But those 4 of Cups, letting go. Walking away from something emotionally. Ooh, that's potent. Okay, so let's see a clarifier card for the possible outcome. What didn't work emotionally, and I feel that it has everything to do with this 5 of Pentacles and this 5 of Wands. Walking away from the competition, walking away from feeling like you're just being left out in the cold, because when you connect with your higher self, it's just adoration. They love you. Spirit loves you. So the human tends to be so hard on themselves, especially you got pressure, you got to pay your bills, you feel like you can't pay your bills, and you're going to feel like you're a loser. And look what we're seeing here. Look at that Queen of Pentacles. Again, that showed up here, that Queen of Pentacles showed up here as sewing that Afghan together, that creative act. And this is all in the career of finances. So walking away from that being left out in the cold, we got the Queen of Pentacles with the 4 of Wands again. So look at these 2 cards together. It's all about celebration, joy, and on the bottom of the deck is the Fool card. Okay, so let's wrap this up here. Let's see. I'm going to draw a couple more oracles, but you got a new beginning happening here. This is the end of the line. It's the same thing. Turn around, make a U-turn. You're going in the totally wrong direction, as far as like feeling like, you're all alone. You're not going to have enough to pay your bills, feeling left out in the cold. You're walking away from that emotionally unfulfilling thing. Okay? It could be a job that you're not like, you're just going to go forward with it. They say take risks. It's not a risk. You're listening to that inspired action to go and do something creative, and you could possibly make a big living off of that, and it could go fast. Okay? That could go fairly quickly. I love these cards. They're new to me too, but I just noticed there's dog right here. And this person's got the leash, and look, the horse is on the leash. I love these cards. Oh, I gotta look at these a lot more anyway. There's a lot to these. But possible outcome is that walking away from emotionally unfulfilling things, celebrating a brand new thing, being carefree, going, you know what, I'm gonna let loose. 11/11 has everything to do with celebration time. Okay. Because you walked away from it. Feels good. Dancing now. When's the last time you danced? When's the last time you laughed? Laugh more, play more. There's nothing serious happening here in life at all. And then sitting in the Queen of Pentacles stance, look at her. She's very content. And she's connected too. These are like antlers, which are antennas, and receiving that higher, and this is it right here, receiving that higher, in knowing that higher, that inspired action, to hear the voice of your entourage, your soul. And she's very content. She's connected. She's connected and grounded at the same time. And happy and rich. So, overall energies, and it's a summary here. You're moving away from things. You're balancing out your masculine and your feminine. You're listening to your intuition. You're listening to the fact that your emotions matter. Mastering over that, making logical decisions. Balancing out that act. Your entrepreneurial energy kicking in. Really stepping up to plate. Listening to the inspired action. Creating more. Walking away from things that don't work. And a whole new beginning. And that's what the Fool card here is saying. Balancing out the equation. Okay. Let's draw from the Archangel Animals from, this is Diana Cooper, and makes these cards. So what do we have, Spirit, for any animal spirit wants to come in here for this week? What do we have here, Spirit? Yeah, I see here. Remember, you're never alone. Dear one, you're never alone, ever. In fact, we honor you. At times, it can be a little tricky. Llama, set clear boundaries and enforce them. That's about that emotional fulfillment. Rat, be true to yourself and the universe will reward you. Again, that's walking away from things that are not emotionally satisfying, because your feelings matter. Just remember that. That's so important. Since we're in the year of the dragon, we're going to draw from the... Diana Cooper made these two. This is the Dragon Oracle deck here. Yeah, the sun is here. The serpents are coming, and the dragons will rise with the waters. That was a message that I got when I was in a sacred ceremony about 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago, in Chaco Canyon, when I was there with a bunch of other friends. We were doing ceremony there, and Spirit gave me that message, that prophecy. We're the dragons. The serpents are coming, and the dragons will rise with the waters. Well, that's exactly what's happening. We have a brand new sun. We're in a new sun. Earth and air dragon represents a perfect balance of heaven and earth. And that goes hand in hand with the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords, with the Temperance card right next to it. Balancing it out. Balancing it out. As above, so below goes with the Strength card as well. Stay balanced, ground your visions, manifest your hopes and dreams. So some of you are extremely creative. You may not know it. You have latent talents. You have hidden talents that you may not know what's going to come out this week. Just be prepared. We have the white gold dragon from Lyra. Connects you to the highest Christ light. And that's exactly the summary of this reading. Full circle around, as we were saying, with this blue flame energy over here, especially with this expansion, because that happens when there's more to you. You're way more than what meets the eye, your human self. You're me, myself, and I. Spontaneous awakening. Get ready for this week. Activation and integration time is yours. So, develop your causal chakra. Yeah, bathe in the 9th dimensional Christed light. And that's exactly it, Rare. The causal chakras that's... We have many bodies, not just the physical. You got an emotional body. You have, the... astral body. So that causal chakra is that hidden chakra that connects you to the highest part of yourself. And thank you so much for being into this reading. This is such a beautiful reading, because I feel so inspired about this. I do my own readings too for myself, but this applies to me as well. This is such a beautiful message for this week, and thank you, Spirit. Thank you for these messages. This is just absolutely gorgeous. All right. Many blessings on your journey this week. Until next time, thank you.